to 7 in the morning. I put extra change in the meter every time I park your car in hopes that I will make it back. And I carry a black umbrella in hopes of making this one and shade disaster. I think maybe if you didn't accidentally set the room on fire, you obviously haven't been trying very hard to get high. Numbers just make me anxious. All their damn wooden shapes and meanings. One time I pissed on a guy for $3 down by the train tracks. It can almost seem rather small at 3:57 in the morning. My sagging breaths, the smoker's cough, drive-by, or even a God. Maybe even this far from where you lost all your guts. This one's called Behind Me Now. I played jump rope barefoot amongst the tops, razors, and syringes, and I wanted to use the Ouija board to find out who he really was, deep inside of me. I lost my echo when I checked the pulse, and I found my shadow when I discovered that wine came in a box. I caught a digger by the toe once, and his teeth were like the needles I'd later fall in love with. My mom would cut my peanut butter sandwiches into triangles, and I would try to invent a potion that would make me a mermaid. I could roller skate better than anyone else my age, but when I turned tricks, everyone else looked the other way. I used to cheat at cards against myself even, but I always came up the loser. No one ever told me how to swim in the deep end, and no one told me that I could never be a mermaid. These things you learn in life stick to you like the gum my cousin put in my hair when we all went to Six Flags. So I stood on my sand pail and tried to hang myself once with that jump rope. But all I got was a scratched knee and failure and sadness that would stay with me forever. So I realized that sometimes there really is no way out. That's why prisoners act like prisoners. And I feel like I should be singing the blues. Perhaps if you put shackles around my ankles, my behavior would make more sense. But I just wanted you all to know that I still want to be a mermaid and that jump ropes aren't good for hanging. Cowboys and Indians. When I was little, I liked to pretend I was an Indian. My sister and I would do fairies and steal behind the house and paint our faces with them like warriors. Young smiling faces and red songs of war. Everyone knew about cowboys and Indians, and most people wanted to be the cowboy. But not me. I wanted to be the Indian, and so I think I was. I've never slaughtered a bull and used its hide for warmth, but I've strangled the moon, shaping out words to hide underneath. I've killed plenty of cowboys, though, and I make my own weapons from stone, or from wood, or from words. And I danced on their graves, saying ancient chants taking back my land, and it was all for play, it was all make-believe. Who would have thought every cowboy is carrying a gun and Indians with their war paint spent all day chanting for rain? A flood would do us all in. And I really should have eaten those poison berries while there was still a happy ending. This one's called 90 Days, 90 Days. I was flying low, headed for a crash. I didn't just kick the shit like all my hip friends. I did another drive-through lobotomy. Watching and feeling the junk leave your system is a gross inventory, real horror show like, and I was pissed. Because I always envisioned my very own horror show in black and white. The problem, I'm told, is that my roof repeat is apparently on fire, and these motherfuckers think they have the right cocktail to put the thing out. I say let it burn. But I signed away my rights when I walked through that one-way door. I'm a veteran here, so they just throw me back in the trenches, and I can smell feces, I can smell gunpowder, and hear dirty jokes like my first tour of Nam. My marathon through institutions is lengthy, and some might even say impressive. Children's homes, foster homes, juvie, rehabs, mental hospitals, free PD clinics, housing projects, jail, and from anywhere to anywhere on a goddamn Greyhound bus. I didn't get the I love you myself as Jack this time, but my own red dragon reared its ugly head and was wearing too much red lipstick. 90 meetings in 90 days, a big book, the 12 steps, a higher power. Slap it all together and beat it to the masses with nicotine and coffee, and what you have is possibly the most brilliant pyramid scheme ever. But all the people are selling you is a shiny new you because you're not well and you need to get better, and if you take one more drink you'll die. And I wonder if they really know how thirsty I am. Because you're useless if you are producing, consuming, procreating, and goddamn it's frustrating. And she's a little bit ironic that my refrigerator is exactly 12 steps away. But in here life is simple. Put me in a room full of crazies and drug addicts, and I feel the spotlights in my eyes, and I'm like I'm a debutante claiming my white trash heritage. And somehow I feel like I finally arrived. Okay, this is called the fucking desert. So I was driving my van through the desert, no fucking AC, right? No fucking sense. And those were some beaten down, bad, low times. I was a traveler, never a tourist. But the tourist rest stops were statistically more dangerous because of the travelers like me. The traveler was in that van with no fucking AC. I walked right into Mel's Diner and cried to Flo that the wind was blowing my van all over the road, and I thought my tires were bad, and the heat, oh God, the heat. She finally just put away her notebook and brought me a beer. I had tons of questions for Flo, though. Scientific questions, weather-related questions, geographical questions, mechanical questions, questions about the best way to bury a body. But I just wanted her to validate my meter for one more day. She'd shake me and say, "You're not going to die right this minute, you little pussy." Because I had the Bishop Party Band on the kick-ass top-of-the-line sound system. So I stripped down my bikini top, golden warm water, and wouldn't even stay cold one rest stop to the area, and I listened to Johnny Cash so loud that I quite possibly directly contributed to the dehydration of those around me, those tourists. The bikini top and shorts weren't cutting it, so I took off my stained white beater, filled it with ice, and tied it around my head. Rolling through the desert, tattooed, hungover eyes and lips, making quite a spectacle of myself, really. And it was hot. I saw fucking visions. I saw one of those parching mirages of an island paradise. I could see the ice evaporating. I drove all night. I drove all day. Either way, it was so fucking unbearable, but I did it. And the whole goddamn time I was wearing the white beater around my head, tattoos, blended edges, all across the bikini. And I was singing Jackson like a maniac. And to this day, I can't listen to some Johnny Cash without getting thirsty for moonshine.